Hello everyone, I am Lena Leacock and today I want to show you about the AI tool Gemini. According to Google, Gemini is an AI-powered assistant from Google that's built into Google apps like Gmail, Docs, Sheets, and Meet. Gemini is designed to help users be more productive and creative, and can act as a coach, thought partner, and source of inspiration. It uses Google's latest AI technology and is fully managed and regularly updated. There are many ways that Gemini can be used in the library, in a school setting, in everyday life. Some of the ways that it can be beneficial are that it can help break down complex assignments. So if a student is given an assignment and really just doesn't even understand the instructions, you can plug it in to Gemini and it kind of breaks it down for you in different chunks, and it might make a student better able to understand an assignment. It's good for librarians for some book-alikes. It's good if you are searching and you need to find keywords or synonyms for words. It can help you look up those types of things. It also could be a citation tracker or helper. If you're, looking through a bibliography or something like that and you find a citation and you want to link it to the article and you can't find it, you can search it through Gemini with the citation. It also will help with forming citations and checking citations. It's a good tool to brainstorm topics, to use as kind of inspiration. And it also is a good language assistant, so it's good for helping with grammar, or you can plug in some of your own work and it can edit it for you, or condense it or make it longer. So it'll give you some pointers on how you can correct your own work. It can even be used as a translator. It has capabilities of translating foreign languages and things like that. So there's a lot of helpful ways that AI can be used. It's important to note that AI should be used thoughtfully and responsibly as well. And if you are using AI in a classroom setting, you have to use it within the perimeters that your teacher has specified. And if you're using it within your own work, you must be able to cite it as well. So there's an MLA citation for using Gemini or any other generative AI. A little bit about AI and Gemini specifically is to understand how to prompt effectively. So when you're asking Gemini different questions to get the information you need, you're going to want to make sure that you are clear, that you use clarity. For example, if you just say, give me a recipe versus give me a baking recipe. Specificity, explain your limits. If you are looking for inspiration for a 20-minute lesson on Boolean operators, be specific, give background information, provide a class size, a grade level, what they've learned before, and give as much information to Gemini as possible to get the information that you need back. You want to avoid open-ended questions like yes and no questions, because those won't give you as much information. And you want to make adjustments. So the great cool thing about Gemini is that it will save your chats, and you can kind of keep working off of one topic for a while. And if it doesn't give you what you want, you can ask it to revise. You can ask it to make it shorter. You can ask it to, change a grade level, something like that. You can put an article in it and then ask it to change the Lexile level or condense it so that students who may have trouble understanding a complex article can better understand it. So I'm going to go ahead and get into Gemini and show you a little bit of how it runs in live action. So you can access Gemini free. You do have to have a Gmail email account. You can register that with Rutgers, or you can open your own for free. Gemini is located, I call this the little Google waffle, in your Google apps, and you'll see right here that there's Gemini. You can go ahead and click on that, and this is what the interface of Gemini looks like. So over here you have Gem Manager, Help. That's just if you're looking for help. your activity, so that will save any of your previous chats, and your settings. If you click on Gem Manager, you can see that they kind of give you some pre-made different options if you want to kind of explore Gemini, see what it's about. There's brainstorming topics, career guides, coding partner. Gemini does have some coding capabilities, a learning coach, how to help you learn. So it does have some good qualities that can help students learn too. It could be another format or tool to use to help students. So this feature here, the new chat, I'm going to click on that. And this is when I discussed prompting. So when I was talking about prompting, I'm referring to what you put into this search bar here. So let's say we were doing a project on climate change, and you're looking for some synonyms for climate change. So can you please give me some synonyms for climate change? Okay, they're going to generate an answer. And synonyms for climate change. Okay, you can also see here, you can listen to the answer. You can go to Google it. You can share and export this. So especially if you're doing citations or something like that, you'd use this button. And you can also respond to it. One thing to note, Gemini, like many things that we understand on the internet, is not always correct. As librarians, I think we're probably the most informed on that. So it's always good to double check. And we can elaborate a little bit on this. What is climate change? And see. Okay, so it gives us like an overview of climate change. And again, it'll link you to Google, and you can go to Google. Sometimes it'll provide the sources too for the material that it's looked up under here, so you can always double check your sources. And then I wanted to show you, so just something that, you know, as a librarian or a teacher might save you some time or give you some inspiration. I'm going to take one of my assignments that I made for students. This is an AI worksheet. I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to paste it into my Gemini. But first I'm going to say, Gemini, can you please make me a rubric for the following assignment? And then I'm just going to go ahead and paste it there. It's going to take a minute. And here, so it's actually created a rubric for me out of my AI worksheet. And you can see you can actually export this to Sheets if you wanted to. So, you know, just in case you're ever looking, you know, you need a little help or something like that, or you don't want to spend all your time creating rubrics, things like this can at least get you going. And it works within different Google Forms. You'll see even if you have Gmail, Gemini is in your email. It can help you formulate professional emails. And it's interlinked in Google Docs as well, and Google Sheets. One other thing I just wanted to show you that might help a student. So I just copied and pasted. I just copied actually a discussion post on fantasy literature that I wrote, and I am going to paste it into here. And I'm going to ask Gemini, can you please edit the following text? All right, I'm copying and pasting it. And so this is their version of my improved text. And so sometimes this could help. I can ask it to please elaborate on what you changed and it'll kind of break down what it changed within my work, or how it edited it, things like that. So it's just kind of, not to say that I would want to use these changes or anything, and I didn't. That post has already been made, but this is just an example of different ways that you can use it. There's so many different ways to use it, and so I think that's why I chose to highlight it, because I think that even though there's a lot of controversy around AI and generative AI, I think that if used ethically and responsibly, it really can play into our benefit. I do want to note right now that Gemini is only available to people 18 and older. Through a school PD thing we had with Google and a representative from Gemini, I was informed that Gemini should be available to students 13 and older somewhere around December, but that could also just be an estimate. So right now it's only for 18 and over, so some of these things that I'm showing you really can't be used for younger students. So that is Gemini, and again, I just want to reiterate using AI responsibly. So we should all use AI responsibly. If you're going to use Gemini, use it responsibly. Check Gemini for sources, for credibility. Double check the information it provides you. Make sure you disclose your use of AI, and use it thoughtfully. So I hope you spend a little time playing around with Gemini. It can be really fun. I'd like to also add that you should speak to Gemini how you'd like to be spoken to. Using your manners will get you better results, and it is a little finicky with spelling errors and things like that. So like everything, use your best judgment, check for credibility, and use it responsibly. Thank you for checking out Gemini, and have a great night.